up, internet? Another day of nonsense. Let me find my TV remote. Be right back. Okay, let me see. So today, we're gonna finish tidying up the test bench build in that CM Stormtrooper full tower case. We'll finish that up. I changed my mind. I'm actually gonna put all the panels back on it. So let's see what kind of camera work we got going on here. Yeah, alright, whatever. So I am gonna put all of the peripherals and case wiring back in it. I'm just gonna kind of wrap it and like tuck it away, because I figured out that even though I hate all those wires, it being a test bench, I will, you know, from time to time, maybe I'll be using some of that stuff, right? And because of that, I don't want to have to do it, you know, like, oh, I figure out I want to test USB speeds, the case ports versus the, you know, the back IO ports on the motherboard, right? And then I'd have to go find this shit and like wire it back up. So this way, it'll be there for me. And it's a test bench. It's not supposed to look pretty. So, should kind of be okay, I guess. Had a brain fart watching Mega Man on my monitor here. I love like older retro-ish games and any games that follow that same suit. One of the main things I love about those older games is that they if you just leave them on the menu, they'll play the game, or at the very least they'll play a video of the game being played, right? I love that. I wish all games would do that, right? So, but whatever. Alright, well anyway, let me tidy up a couple extra things here. Check, like, you know, see if I'm dropping any frames or anything like that, and we'll get started soon. Okay, I think we're good. But who knows? In the next couple hours, there may be a rush of internet users in the local area. If that happens, because Comcast is such a cheap bitch. They, you know, obviously they don't care about, you know, the posts and everything that everybody in the community connects to. They don't give a fuck about that. It looks like shit. It's got like splitter on top of splitter on top of splitter. So even when technically I'm supposed to get 2 gigabit down, and up to, I believe, 500 up, supposed to be. That's if nobody else is using the internet in the area. So, but that's not how it's supposed to work, right? If I pay for it, I'm supposed to get it, like, 90-ish% of the time, notwithstanding, maybe lightning hits one of their wires or something like that, but that's not what they're delivering, because they don't care about their infrastructure at all. Maybe for certain groups or certain people they care, but like for the majority of their customers, they don't care about that at all. That's just the truth. So they do some good, and that's okay. I like some of their services, but yeah, they're not taking care of me on the local part that I connect to, and it's not mine. I'm not talking about right on my wall. I'm not even talking about that. I took care of that myself, because they wanted to put like 5 different splitters on there, and when I check the signals, it was too weak. And when I do a direct connection, it's not too strong. It's like right where it's supposed to be, right? So I already took care of that. I'm talking about the post that everybody in the neighborhood connects to. That thing, it looks like something that I would have wired for my case here, which you'll see in a moment. Let's see if I can get all my cameras lined up. Yo, what's up, people? Okay, so I got this one, got the overhead, this one, maybe to show a few things, chat, we'll see if that works in a little bit. Let me turn my AirBod down so I'm not yelling at myself. A lot of sketchy vehicles driving by today, so if I get a little distracted, it's because I'm peeping at the freaking neighborhood here, watching the street. Nobody rolls up on me. Yeah, I am the neighbor that keeps peeking out the curtains. That is me. Even though I have cameras, don't get me wrong, I have fucking cameras everywhere, but still, I'm just old school, old school boomer. And, the real way is to look for yourself, Alright, so hopefully we'll have enough connectors for this power supply. This is the one we're going to use in the square case with a 7700K build. That's an Intel, not a 7700X, if that's even a thing. I don't know. It's not the AMD, the Intel. So that's a little bit back. Anyway. And it's just if anyone's lurking, or if you catch the VOD, or you're winding around, heads up before you get too invested. This is kind of like yesterday, but maybe even more so. These are kind of nonsense builds. These are just funsy builds. I'm gonna do this because I'm setting things up in the house. One, a test bench, one, a computer for the kiddos to play games on, or educational CD-ROMs and stuff that I have. And I was gonna do this anyway, so I figured, well, I might as well stream it. Because sometimes I want to stream and then I can't. And then why would I, even though it's not like a 5090 or anything build, so it's not super exciting, but it's still something. Something to throw me out there onto the interwebs. Now, what should I tackle first? Let's see. I'm gonna drop this down just a little bit. Maybe right there. Okay. And then I think I can try to like finish this up because most of what I need to do on the test bench full tower here is just tidy up the wires. So like I said, I changed my mind about all of these. Let's see. This is not going to be the best views here. Anyway, but it's just, I'm just going to quickly like kind of, I don't know if you can see this on one of the cameras, but whatever. Probably just like Velcro tie it. Where is, I thought I had more of these. Yeah, I do. Okay. Let's get this out of the way for now. Let's see. I need a something here. What do you call that? I don't even know what the fuck to call that. And that's why the Blu-ray drive came out of this one, because it's gonna go to the other build that may be useful for like I said, educational style thingamathings. Might even put Linux on that one, so I don't have to pay Microsoft any more freaking fees for licenses. Okay, let's put this here. And then once we get all of this like done and tidied up, you know, hopefully that will mean that we can start testing, you know, new and old GPUs. All that's fine. I don't want to go too crazy with the Velcro. I already got a bunch of that in here. Oh, sorry for all that microphone noise. Trying to figure out, what do I need? Panels? Yeah, maybe. I need one of these. Let me go see if I can find that. Ow, ow, I hit my toe. That fucking hurts. What the fudge? Let me see, is it here? Hopefully it is. Yay. Alright. There we go. What we got here? This will be for the square one. Alright, this is not the correct see. Put this bad boy up here. Yeah, that's fine. Voila. This goes over here. This. Kind of alright. And then as far as like getting the camera here, see how can we do this? Let's get all these screws over here in my box. It's kind of okay. I don't need these tapes at the moment. Okay, I think I can put that panel on now. So, as you can see on the back side here, it's only got one ventilation hole, and it doesn't have any like mounting holes for like the screws for fans. So the back side you would have to kind of rig something if you wanted a fan on this side of the case, which is, that's fine. I don't need it for this. Okay. Now turn it this way. Wait, where did I? Oh. Go. All right, look at that. So let's see, there with all the glare is the case. Oh man, that glare is bad, but anyway. And these curtains are not like blackout curtains, so I took those off because I like to have a little bit of light come through. But I might have to put the blackout curtains back on there. But, so they cause a lot of glare behind the friggin' thing. Alright, so now we could lay it down. Oh man, this is gonna be a bitch to like just move around when you're trying to fucking test shit. Oof. There we go. But once you have it laid down, yeah, it's not too bad. It's okay. Okay, I'll probably put this back on because otherwise what are you going to use this for, you know? I think I pump up the light now. Get a little brighter. So I can't see shit. Like I'm screwed either way, you know? It's like either it's too much glare or it's too dark. Basically what I go through. I'm gonna leave all of those off though, cause that's I want to leave those open for any time I remove or install extra like another GPU or whatever. All right. If I want, I could separate the ones that are for the fans. Let's see. Let's get all this separated. This is a lot of fucking wires. I can't believe I gave in and put them back in. What a loser. Alright, let's see. These are the USB. So I don't need those. The only ones I really might end up using, I won't use the SATA connector for that FireWire at the top. I won't do that. I won't use audio or USB. So actually these can be wrapped up like that. And then I'm probably not going to use the power switch, reset switch, and the hard disk drive LED. Probably not going to use that either. So we'll just take all those, kind of, you know, wrap them up in there, like that. No problem. Should be okay. Now these I will probably end up using. So let's see, what can we do here? Where's the Molex power connector at? Fucking, I shoved it in here somewhere. Yeah, separate all this shit. PCI cables will keep you out here. Any drop frames? No? Alright, yay. How about it, man? Alright, you stay there and tie. I'll wrap that shit up. What's this one? This is SATA stuff. Okay. Got you down there. What's next? Ah, there it is. Molex right there. There's more SATA. Okay, no problem. Put you down there. Like so. Should be alright. Keep you guys in there. No problem. And then right here, we will plug in the fan controller to the Molex. I'm gonna try to. Come on, man. Don't start that shit. Something about these Molex connectors that I hate is that when you have a cheaper Molex cable, it does not line up sometimes, and then it's like you're trying to squeeze it together to make it fucking connect with the stupid thing. Okay, Now what do we got left? Got some fan things. We got some lights. I guess. See, let's keep this separate. Okay. Do that. And this one comes over here. That is number 2. And then I wonder which of these two, I don't know if it matters. Probably these two. And we can kind of see if that stuff still works or not. Alright, I guess we'll give it a shot here, see if this thing turns on or what have you. HDMI. Where's my little cheap mouse? Got that plugged in, that's there. Go ahead and put that on. Actually, I don't need Ethernet. Test this shit. In fact, it's probably better so that we don't accidentally nuke the stream. Hopefully. Because we're jamming. No drop frames at the moment. Okay, let's give it power. Okay. Okay. Now let's see if, let's kind of turn it this way. And see if those fans turn on or not. Okay. Where's the power button? Let's do that. Yep, the lights turn on. Oh, what did I fucking push? Oh well. Anyway. Yay, okay, cool. Yo, what's up? R4 Zivan. Rezvan, maybe? You have a R7 2700X with an RX 470, and I want to upgrade to an R7 5800X and a 3070. You're going to get 2 8 sticks of RAM, so that would be 16. So the first thing that jumps out at me, unfortunately, is the RAM. I personally, in older builds, Like, I'm talking older builds. Mix and matching RAM wasn't as big a deal. Like, we're talking like DDR1, DDR2. So you can have like off numbers of RAM sticks. I wouldn't recommend it for like a gaming rig, personally. Oh, hey, thank you. 100. Yo, it's time for the 100 special, right? Hey, thanks so much, man. I wouldn't recommend the mixing and matching, right? If a better case scenario is if it's possible for you, you know, it all depends on what you can find. If you can find a matching stick to that 32 gigabyte stick, I would recommend going that route. Or if you can like sell it, you know, and just order a proper kit that's like matched like the amount that you want. But a 5800X with a 3070, that's definitely a good build. I think that would be really good. I'm gonna match. I'll get rid of the 32. I'm gonna sell it. Oh, okay. Well, if you're getting a 2x8 kit, yeah, you'll be fine. I just meant don't put the 2x8 kit with the 32. So sorry if I misunderstood you. But yeah, as long as you don't mix and match that, then yeah, you're freaking good. Just keep an eye out, dude. These 2x8 kits sometimes creep up to very similar price to a 2x16 kit. So I mean, check the sales, dude. Sometimes those double 16 kits can be pretty cheap, so keep an eye out for those, man. It's not that you need it, it's just if it's almost the same price, you know, it's better to get it now than having stuff that you have to, you know, deal with like selling or whatever later. Okay, so I think we're good on this. Like, I'll come back to this one, but I gotta like so this is gonna be the test bench build that we're gonna like swap out GPUs and stuff. Like, this is a 1080 Ti in it, and we're gonna try 2 different reference 1080 Ti's and see if there's, you know, one is, you know, giving a little bit better results maybe. So that's gonna be a little fun thing that I'll be doing later. But first, I gotta get to building this this other computer that's gonna be like for the kids' station here in the house, where they can play some games on that. Mostly for younger kids is how I'm gonna set it up. So probably be a lot more kind of like educational style stuff, I suppose. Okay, good with that. We are good with that. Oh, I'm so happy that that worked. Yes, sir. Let's put the panel on this so we can show kind of what it looks like with a panel on it. So here's how it looks. It has, you know, a lot of ventilation right here. You can put easily, you can put 2 fans here, 2 120 millimeter fans, and then if you want to kind of, you know, kind of rig it yourself, maybe zip ties or maybe punch through that or something like that, you can put another one here as well if you want. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave them open vents because when I test, I'll be pulling this off anyway, so it won't really matter for my situation. All right, let's lower this down a little more. Stand this up and we'll see. Hopefully the top part will fit back on there. Romania. Cool, man. I've had a couple other Romanians come through on the stream. Thanks for dropping by, dude, and for subscribing. Won't have a chance to find 16.2 at around the same price. Okay, okay. Hey, man, no problem, and you have a great day. Yeah, that's true. Usually it is hard in certain European countries and other countries around the world sometimes to find kits that are closer together. But yeah, always, before you click buy on that specific day, always double check, because you never know. But like, yeah, that's plenty. That's still plenty to game on with that system that you quoted. You'll be fine. I just always like to give people a heads up that it's always a good idea to double check when you're checking out. You just want to make sure there's no matching deals out there. But you have a great day, and I really appreciate you coming by, dude. Thanks a lot. Okay, let's put it down here. And it is a heavy beast. Not the easiest build to use as a test bench. But it's a beast, man. And it has some history with me. A lot of history. I have done a lot of streaming and a lot of gaming on this bad boy. I'll tell you what, man. A lot. So definitely respect to Romania. Appreciate you. I watch a YouTuber streamer who goes by the name V. He does mostly like commentary stuff, but he also games, and he's actually making a game himself. And apparently he's from Romania, so that's kind of cool. Alright, that is nice, baby. Ooh-wee. Now, gotta get this out of the way. Maybe I'll just put it over here for now. Now, we need the next victim. Let's get the next victim up on the... This is the motherboard situation that we're going to be fighting with now. This it looks actually nice. It's not a bad looking motherboard, and it might be hard to tell with my low streaming quality that this is a Z270H. So the CPU that's on this is actually a 7700K in Intel. And so, you know, quite a few generations back for Intel CPUs. But still, I think it's still going to be usable. It's still going to be probably a decent setup to put on for my son and you know, some of his educational stuff. He's still young, so he's not quite at the age where he'll be, you know, asking about Fortnite yet. So hopefully we can get him to do some educational stuff. The crazy thing is that this build, I have a 280 millimeter cooler on this. That one's only a 240. But that is a newer liquid cooler on the 5950X build. And this is a much older cooler. So I would worry about this one maybe like giving up on me. Now, the setup we're about to do, I've got to check. Let me get this here. We might have to move the fans around. Let me see. Let's get this over here. Oh man, I gotta make all kinds of room. Go ahead and get this. This is the case we're gonna be using. This is probably gonna mess up the name here, but this is a hafxb case, and for right now it is kind of a shell because I've taken all the panels off. Just gonna double check if there's anything I need to uninstall. Probably not. I think we're good. I think we're okay. Drop that in there. Drop that one in there. Then we got all that motherboard panel stuff. Okay. Now, because this is going to be a horizontally positioned case, I could technically do two different things with the fans here. Right now they're set in the worst kind of possible orientation for rad fans, which is pull. They're pulling the air through. That's not ideal. Fans usually are much better at push than at pull through. Like push through, they're better than pull through. Okay. And then we gotta use this. Yo, Cobus, welcome back. What's up? What's up? That's one of your favorites? Oh man, I'm a little slow. Forgive me. It's just the normal thing. I get to talking to myself, and you know how it goes. But yeah, I loved this CPU back in the day, and this was like, at one time this was like my main build. I want to say, I may remember things wrong from time to time, but I want to say that I got this when it was new, but it might have been maybe a year-ish and not exactly. Like I don't know if in other words, I don't know if I pre-ordered it per se or something like that. But I got it in the early days. And for the streaming settings that I did back then, it's weird. I know things are like harder to run now, but I feel like my streams were way better quality back then. And that's probably a combination of decent hardware at the time, but maybe more so, you know, back then we were probably streaming at like 720 a lot more often, and now trying to push 1080 is a little harder. For even some of the newer stuff has trouble with 1080 sometimes. Trying to find out why this is. Let's see here. Are you gonna fucking play nice? This thing does not want to pop in there. How's your day going, Cobus? Man, I gotta get the lighting a little better. It's not too bad. I think putting the curtains closed helped a little bit with the glare, but I still have a lot of like glare like popping through. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, let's see how we do with the offsets here. Yeah, gotta change some of them. Yep. So that whole bottom row has to come off. Well, it doesn't have to come off, but like the ones on the end here have to come off. 1, 2, 3. Let's check. You know what? It might, once I bolt them down, it might clear and not touch any of the back of the motherboard. Let me see here. Can't even fucking see. My eyes do not like me today. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna touch. Alright, we'll be good. Alright, so there lies the predicament. My first gen i5. Oh, nice. I agree. Yeah, building PC, so yeah, it's fun. It is a fun day again. So a first gen i5, wow, that is cool. I think the earliest of any of the i stuff that I have, I'm trying to think what the earliest I might have. I think I have one of the 2000 series i5s. That's really cool, man. I'm trying to remember which one. Like, I think it's a 2570 or... Yeah. Brody, what's up? Hi there. Yeah. Open this back up because even though it causes glare, it helps me see inside this case a little better. Sorry. Sacrifices, guys. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. Yeah, I think I could probably like mount this, like have these like push through. I think that's gonna be the better situation for this setup. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to put these on this side, have the air push through this way. I mean, actually, I wouldn't mind the air pushing out the front. Where it's sitting, I don't really care, to be honest, if it does that. Yeah, so we'll leave these here, and I'm just going to flip them and push the air out the front. Let's do that. Okay. me hook these. CPU and CPU optional. Okay, cool. And you know what? Maybe I should even air dust this damn thing. Well, I'll unhook these and then I'll air dust things individually. What in the world? The i5 750, a quad core. Oh, damn. Yo, back in the day, that was probably a freaking beast, man. Yeah, somewhere around here I have a AMD... man, I'm going to get the name wrong. But it's from the Athlon days. I have a 965 Black. A Phenom 2, I believe. Dude, I was so pumped when I got that because I had an old HP desktop PC, and I did a lot of research to see if I could upgrade that thing, and I found out that it had the right motherboard and everything, and it would run the 965, which was like the higher end gaming-ish performer CPU. I don't remember. Was that like a 4-core as well? I don't even remember. All I know is I was pumped. That was back in the day. I was attempting to play the very, very ancient version of Minecraft. I really loved that CPU. That was probably one of my all-time. That's in my top 10 favorite CPUs of all time. And first gen 1700. Oh, that was a good generation too, man. What the frig? They surprised everybody. Nobody expected AMD to come out with something good. Oh, you got that i5 12600K? Oh, that's a good gaming CPU right there, man. Sure you do. You probably do other things with it as well, but man, that is the 1200 series. I really like that class from Intel. Didn't have quite as many problems as like the 13th and 14th gen did, you know. You know, it was just a fun, newer. You know, the way they were handling things, they had the newness on it, so it was like exciting. Performance was good, overclocking was good. Yeah, they ran maybe hot, some of them, and used a good bit of power, some of them, but it just felt like, oh, let's just throw performance at it. That's what it felt like. And then 13th gen came around and looked like it was a little bit more of the same until all of the drama came about due to the oxidation or whatever it was called, and the corruption of things with the voltages. So love that stuff. I remember the first gen of those Ryzens, like around the time of the 1700. I can't remember. I wanted so bad to test out, because I wanted to make a build that had all the PCI lanes, and I was so close many times to trying to get, I think they still called them Threadrippers even in that first gen, but I might be wrong. And I feel like the lowest end of the Threadripper, I was very close to trying it out. What was that, a 1900 maybe? I don't remember. Or 1950? Very close to doing that, because I was thinking if I had all the lanes, if I had tons of PCI lanes, then I could do a one PC streaming rig, which, you know, obviously you can do that with whatever your build is, but I wanted to do a one PC streaming rig that didn't really sacrifice performance, and that I could have enough cores and or threads to do everything on the same build, not really sacrifice FPS in games. But at the time I had, you know, you see I have a bunch of PCs, so I just went ahead and kept going with the dual PC build, streaming stuff. But I still kind of, every now and then when I see it like super cheap, I still think to myself, you know what, maybe I should just snag one and play with it. It'd be kind of fun to play around with. Oh, this radiator's pretty damn clean. What the fuck? Was that the one? Okay. Oh, Swiss, over on Twitch. Thanks for the bits. Damn. What is going on? Thanks for dropping by, Swiss. Alright, so excuse me one moment. I'm going to quick air dust this stuff. I'll be right back. Say hi. Hi. So what's going on? Say, what's up? Yeah, you done? The end. Okay. Pop. Here you go. Oh, back in the 386, 486 days? Damn. What the heck? And then the Intel Pentiums. I think one of my first really tinkering PCs, no, I had like PCs since I was, you know, pretty young. But I wasn't really like tinkering with the hardware too much. I mean, every now and then, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't something as evident. But all the way back, you know, played with like Commodore 64s. But as far as that, like really the only hardware stuff I played with was like, you know, maybe hooking a disk drive to it and different things like that or whatever. And then get some old like Hewlett Packards and IBM style desktop machines. Maybe I installed a sound card or something every now and then. Maybe some Voodoo graphics card. I don't friggin' remember too many like epic scenarios as far as like, because I think those were quite expensive. But like one of my earliest tinkering ones was like a Medion PC. I don't know if you know that brand. Medion. And I have it somewhere, but the case is like solid freaking steel. It is heavy as all hell. And it had a I think it had a Pentium 4. Yeah, a P4 in it. With hyper-threading with the HT on it. And that was amazing. I thought that was the most awesome friggin' thing ever. And so that one, you know, I tried out, you know, like different GPUs and sound cards and not sure why, but like fax modems, TV capture cards, things like that. Tried a ton of stuff on that Pentium 4. Yeah, the Voodoo cards. Yeah, and even supposedly like I don't know if it's the same company, but like they're re-releasing them. I know a lot of like repair style people or like refabricating people have, you know, sold those cards, but it felt like it was official that they're trying to re-release it maybe. So that's kind of fun. As long as it's not too much, I might be tempted to get one if they're targeting like the card running older stuff. Like it'd be good to have as a second card in a system, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I'm thinking like this. Let me see here. Should I put it down like this? No. We'll do it like this, and then we'll just run this straight down. Let me get also a little bit of paper towel action here. Just clean this. Or actually, I'll use one of these. Some alcohol wipes on the fan blades. Yo, Gold, what is up? Static Shock Bang coming in. What is up, Goldie? How is everything going? It has been ages. How are you handling things out there in the world, man? It has been, yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, that's very interesting, right, Cobus? You know, of course they could overcharge for them because of the fact that, you know, it's voodoo, you know, it's like, who knows. Oh, buddy, what's going on? You come back in here? No, you better not push buttons. We've been through this, I don't know how many times. How many times have we been through this? Yeah, you push a button and that would be the end of all my stream. And you know I got problems already. Oh, you've been good, Goldie? That's cool, man. Me, I've been good too, but just whew, majorly busy, my dude. Majorly busy. Oh, buddy. Here, you want this? Yes? Say please. Here, let's show everybody that you know how to use this. Come here. Show everybody. You know how to use this? How do you do it? What do you do? Right there? Push it. You do it. Whoa. Now do this one. Do this one. Whoa. It's called a nerd light, buddy. Okay. Alright, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, you go play with that, okay? So cute, yeah. Born in the 80s? Yes, guilty. Guilty, yep. I'm an 80ers. Thank you, Gold. Okay, so there's that. There we go. This out of the way. Alright. Now, let's try to line these up here. Same. Nice. Hey, a lot of He-Man, Masters of the Universe, a lot of Superman stuff. You know, obviously a lot of people were into like Thundercats. For me, it was mainly He-Man and Silverhawks. You know, felt like that was the beginning of a lot of crazy technology. You know what I mean? Like technology being very accessible to everybody. A lot of, you know, gaming, like Nintendo stuff. Atari was, you know, obviously first, but, you know, eventually getting to the Nintendo as well at an age that, you know, you can kind of play it, sort of. Yeah. I don't know. Streaming and doing okay. We're all busy. Yeah. It's like sometimes, you know, we can complain about being busy until like you go through like something where, you know, like injury, like, you know, whatever, and you're just like stuck and not able to do anything, and then you like wish to be busy. So I try not to complain about being busy as much as I used to. But, you know how it is. You know how Jones is going to be. Some deep lore. I have no clue what abbreviations you're saying. Hey, man. We're all boomers to your generation, Gold. We're all freaking boomers, man. I'm just talking boomer. That's all. Oh, man. What's your generation, Gold? Or do you even look that up yet? Like, I don't know the generations. And technically, real boomers are before my generation, I believe. Or at least a couple before mine. But in the new lingo, a boomer is... it can be anything. So I just claim it. Who cares? I like the term boomer, and I like being cutesy with it and calling myself the doomer boomer. Because, you know, I also like the Doom games, so kind of fits. Like the OG ones. I'm playing the new one a little bit, Doom, the Dark Ages, and it's very fun. Very, very fun. Graphics are really good. Don't get me wrong, there's some performance issues, but hopefully they hammer those out with some patches and, you know, maybe some graphics drivers and things like that. But out of the new ones, the 3, so the new 3 like reboots of Doom, there's Doom, like 2016 or 15 or whatever the heck it was. Then there's Doom Eternal, and then there's Doom the Dark Ages. And I have not finished Doom the Dark Ages. I haven't played a lot of Doom Eternal, but I mean, I have played a lot of it, but I haven't technically finished it yet. And I have played a lot and beat the first Doom from 2015, and that's my favorite so far. I like it a lot more. So, Doomer Boomer strikes again. Alright, I don't know what the fuck. Gen Z, but the early one? Oh yeah, they do split them up. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I like Doom 2016 better. Don't get me wrong, my boomer sensibilities, I like the old Dooms, the OG ones as well, right? But out of these 3 new ones, if I have to pick a number 1 right now, I don't think there's anything the Dark Ages can do. Like I've only played it like maybe a third of the way through. So, you know, a good chunk of gameplay, but I don't think they can do anything to beat the first one. I feel like Doom the Dark Ages, there's too much busyness going on. There's too much story when that's not technically what Doom is about. Doom is about a feeling, you know, when you play the game. You know, you gotta have that music. You gotta have the gameplay, the action, you know, Doom Slayer. The Slayer has to be badass, right? And, you know, too many side characters can be distracting from that, in my opinion. So that's where, like, the Dark Ages kind of misses the mark for me. And then Eternal, I feel like it's kind of in between. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have to finish that one as well. And then I can give a more proper verdict. I'll let my, as I said, I'll let my boomer sensibilities, you know, come out all the way when I attempt to review those. Alright, so those fans are set to go. Now, we can put the motherboard screws here. Let's see, from top to bottom, I think. So I have them here, just in case. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so the bottom one is just a 1, 2. Oh, we're so slow. No, that's the stream delay. That's me. That's not your fault, Goldie. Oh yeah, the Quake games? You're right, Cobus. You are right, man. In fact, like, talking about them, like, it's, you know, something's good when just talking about it makes you want to go back and play it again. And you know, for me, that's kind of, it's kind of how I know if I really like something, because I can have a level of appreciation for things like games. I'm mainly talking about games. I can have appreciation where, you know, I like a game, the graphics are amazing, blah blah blah, but like what really tells me if I love a game is if, you know, a year goes by and I see a YouTuber talking about it, or a friend talks about it, or when I'm streaming, if someone in chat mentions it, and then it's like I start salivating because I want to fucking play that shit again. To me, that's, oh, okay, that's a testament. Now we know that we want to fucking play that shit even though there's newer versions of the damn game. Alright, what I need is another light, because my little buddy, he has my nerd light. And I just kind of wanted to see if these are... No. See, that's what doesn't make sense about this motherboard. It is such a weird ATX motherboard. It's not an ATX. This should be called an ATX Slim, like an SATX. Oh well. It just doesn't quite reach. I don't know if it shows up on the camera here. I'll try to show. So like normal ATX, you know, you go out 3 mounting offsets and you put 3 screws, 3 screws, 3 screws, right? That's normal ATX. But if you look up close on this one, it stops right there. That's the ATX 3rd offset, and this motherboard ends right before that. And you can see it all the way down. Well, if I get the camera steady, you know, that is very strange. Very old outlaw cowboy game. You are the marshal in the town. Yeah, I don't remember the name of any game like that. Is it from OG Doom days, or is it older than that? Cobus. Like right now, for some reason, like the old games that are coming to my mind because of Doom, obviously, are like the Quake games. I'm remembering Hexen, the Hexen games. I don't think it's quite as old, but you know, another fun game that I loved a lot. You know, some people don't, it's not their cup of tea, but I loved Redneck Rampage back in the day. Again, not quite as old as Doom. But you know, that same style, the same genre, but where you're like a marshal. Dude, I'm game to find out. I also have I get games on GOG sometimes, Galaxy of Games. If you guys like older games, sometimes you can get some good deals on GOG. Around 1996. Damn. Yeah, that's, for some reason, that's all my brain can pull up is those Doom style games that, you know, some are from id, but some are from other companies. Yeah, well, if you remember the name of it, drop it in chat sometime. See, it might be something I've never played. I wasn't the biggest gamer at that time, technically, so I was, you know, I played games, but it was like more limited, you know, like there were certain ones like, okay, yeah, I play that. Whereas now the type of gamer is I buy more than I can ever play. And so that's the exact opposite problem. I almost wish I could go back to the days where I had like certain games that I played, like a little limited selection, and I just played the hell out of those. Anyway. Alright. That's mounted in as good as it's going to get. So now let's do the radiator mounting. Get this down here. Sorry, I just throw you guys all around here. And let me see. Does that help if I turn this off? mean, a little bit. A little less glary for you guys. It's hard for me to see. Alright, so these I need the shorties, which might take me a minute to find. Wait a minute, I had screws for this. What did I do with them? They're all like beat up and shit. Wow, it's been so long since I had that installed. Damn. Okay, hold on. We gotta find those. Don't remember exactly where they are. Let's try this. Oh. Okay. Nope, nothing in there. What the flip? What I have done with it? Let's see. I'm probably gonna have to go into my closet. Let me check chat real quick. Oh, that's right. It's very late for you, Gold. Don't shock your PC. Yeah, I know. I don't have my anti-static thing on the wrist. Luckily, I'm far away from the carpet. So, you know, fingers crossed. As long as I'm not screwing around with the carpet or like the couch cover or something, I should be good. All right, ciao, Gold. Thanks so much for coming by. It is good to see you. Don't be a stranger if you have time. I know you've been busy a lot, probably with school and who knows what else, with university and all that. But feel free, drop by anytime. I also multi-stream, so you know we've been through it before, Gold. If Twitch is like screwing me over and not giving any encodes, sometimes that means it might be a kind of a lag fest for you. If that ever happens, feel free to check me out on the YouTube channel as well, dude. It'll allow you to, like, you know, maybe not be going up and down with the lag spikes. Alright, cool, man. Take it easy, Gold. Alright, so in the meantime, I'm going to step off to the side because I gotta find, let's see, how many do I need? 1, 2, 4, so I need 8, but if I can get 4, I think 4 would hold me up. Later, Gold. Yeah, I think just 4 would do it. Let's see, forget which cabinet I stuffed all these freaking old screws in. Turn the light on over here. I need like a mobile Jones cam that, you know, you can see the mess that I'm digging through right now. Might be in here in this box. Maybe. I'll bring it over as I look through it. Oh, did it eat your link, Cobus? What the hell? Yeah, I don't know what to do. I can't figure out. I've like tried to unlock links in my YouTube chat, and I cannot figure out why they don't let them through. Like, I told Nightbot not to block links. I told YouTube not to block links. So I don't know if like Streamlabs or Stream Elements or some other bot of mine or Restream is like nuking it, but I don't friggin' know. Oh, well, shit. kind of at my wit's end with this this chat management stuff. It's just, Sometimes that shit is like just unmanageable and I can't figure out. It used to be the other I used to have the other problem. I remember simpler times in the old days when it was like the opposite would be the problem, which is you had to try to figure out how to block certain things from going in the chat. Now I can't figure out how to like let them. All this shit. I got too much stuff mixed in. It's not really organized very well. I don't think this is one of the ones, is it? It's hard to tell. I don't know. And then this, I think that's too long. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. That's gonna make it like bounce all over the fucking place. We need better AI. Hey, ain't that the truth? Alright, let me see. So one other thing I can try to do, let me see if I can make you a regular. Do I have Discord? I do. I don't know how to share that, but it's on my link tree. Or no, actually no it's not. Nope, sorry. It's on my Twitch. Let me see. So you're welcome to try that, but I do want to figure out why people can't do links on my chat. Like, I do want to figure that out. So forgive me if I take a moment. Because it's not that often that I get someone here to help me test this kind of stuff. Where the hell's Nightbot? Now I lost my Nightbot thing. Alright. I'm going to try to go to Nightbot. What is it? TV? Dude, I was supposedly already logged in. What is happening? Okay. No, that doesn't work. Timers, no. Integrations, no. Commands? Chat moderation. Yeah, so look. I have this, all this off. I don't have any of this. Let me get my camera here. See? We're not, I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. It doesn't, it's not blocked. Okay, so let me go back to YouTube. Yeah. Lazy to go to my PC? Yeah, that sucks. I feel the same way. You could get it actually, like even on my Twitch mobile profile, like if you're on the phone or something or tablet. It's in the about somewhere. It says Discord, and then you just, and it should take you there. But it's like an old Discord link, so sometimes it, you know, acts a little wonky. Let me try. Okay. So when things get blocked on YouTube, they're supposed to allow you to see it, right? How do you go? Live chat is on. Participant mode, anyone. Message delay, none. I don't have any blocked words. Where do you go? Oh yeah. Yeah, I got Samsung stuff too, man. What the fuck, dude? Well, I don't know. I still wish I could figure that out. I really do. I mean, you can see my bots are throwing links. Like, my bots are spamming my chat with links. So why the hell can't I, like, make links work? Would it be YouTube? Let's try... Like, I have done this before. I know I have. Published. I don't even have anything that's held. Does it tell you anything, Cobus, when you like try to like put it in the chat? Does it like see YouTube. And then where is... No, that's not what I want. I gotta go to browser on the studio. No, I also hate that. When I'm in a browser on my phone, I hate that it goes to the app. That always pisses me off. There we go. Okay. Now let's go settings. Community moderation. And then the defaults. See, I don't have blocked links. Alright. If I go over here, maybe... Also, I'd like to know where do they go when they get blocked? Does it doesn't like show up somewhere that I can fucking look at it? Let's get rid of this. That makes no sense, man. YouTube, man. Make this easier. Alright, what do we have here? Participants, time spans, reactions, pop out chat. What does this mean? Moderation activity. Will that show me if I turn that on? Community moderation. No. And it's probably only YouTube. Like, I think I have all the other ones fine. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, whatever. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now, those are fan screws. That's not, don't need that. These are those things. That doesn't work. Okay, back to the drawing board. What's in here? Dude. Oh God. What's down here? Oh man, that's a lot of shit that I don't want to look through right now. That's all the soldering stuff. Boy, that'll be fun times whenever I get to the point where I try to do that on stream. Start melting PCBs. Some old GPUs. And a bunch of fans. Oh, that's cool. I have a bunch of fans there. Okay, what's this? EVGA. Alright. Those are fan screws. Okay. What's this one? Arctic. Oh, do I have to use the Arctic ones? I want to keep those. I don't want to use those. Ah, damn it. You just hate it when you can't find stuff. This is the Arctic. I don't know if this is the Liquid Freezer 2 or the 3 or what. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna use these. I don't want to look for 10 years. Thermalright fans? Yeah, I like Thermalright stuff. I mean, however, in my experience, some of the Thermalright fans that I've got are just, you know, and this is only for like the nitpickers out there, not necessarily me per se, but they've been slightly, and I mean slightly unless you run them really hard, slightly louder than the Noctuas that I have, which is, that's, to me, that's good. But then, you know, of course, some people complain about that, I guess. For me, the price I get a Thermaltank fan versus Noctua, dude. What I like about my Noctuas is that they feel like, you know, they could go through war. And they seem very sturdy. Alright, so I got it right on here that I put the cooler mounting screws. Also had a somewhere, I don't know where it is, but I have a Thermaltank 360. Probably can't show it because it's probably stuffed somewhere. And I liked it quite a bit. You know what? That feels like these need washers. I only have 4 washers. Wait, actually, no, scratch that. I only have 3. And only 2 of them match. The third one is not even the correct thing. What the fuck? Okay, I gotta turn a light back on here. Can't see if that's going into the fins or not. Where's my nerd light? Oh, here it is. Antec fans? When you're gaming? Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little more, what am I even trying to say? I'm kind of okay with like fan noise. I'm not as picky about that. The things that bother me more than fan noise, unless of course it's the fan making that, but what I mean is like air moving noise doesn't bother me quite as much as like if you have a bad fan that's, you know, got like a squeak to it. And the other things that bother me even more than that is like really bad coil whine that some GPUs can have. Oh, that'd kill me. It does something to my nerves. Okay, I got some here. I can use these maybe. Let's use these. I got some washers now. Okay, so maybe now we can avoid getting this thing into the freaking fins. I don't know. We can or we can't. Studio headphones. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a headphone user too a lot. So yeah, that definitely takes care of it. Yep. And then sometimes it may be a problem when I stream. But, you know, I have so much other problems with my stream audio that usually that's not even a thing that's noticed, because there's like all kinds of other noise happening in my house besides just the PC fans and things like that. But on quiet days, I do think maybe I need to tune either my what do you call it, the cutoff point, the noise gate, or whatever the hell that's called. I have to tune that, or maybe I should go back to testing, because for a while I was testing out the NVIDIA noise cancellation thing, and sometimes it works really good, and the mic audio sounds perfect, and then it kills all the background noise as well, right? But then other times it is canceling out the background. Like usually I have good luck with that, but then it will end up making the microphone sound horrible. So it's all that. Just need 4 more washers. I should be good. Oh, you asked what GPU as well. My bad. I'm all over the place. So with this one, I'm gonna do some testing on this as well. Even though this is going to be set up, like I said, as like just like a computer for my young son to play like educational stuff on. And you know, every now and then we can game on it and stuff, like maybe a little LAN party like right here. So it'll end up being right here, this particular build. So for most of his stuff, it's not going to take like anything crazy for a GPU, and I can end up doing something like you know, like I could probably throw in even my old 680 or something in here. But I am interested in testing like a 5070 here, you know, to see if kind of a modern, well, it's not kinda, it is a modern GPU, a modern mid-tier, lower mid-tier GPU, can it help an older CPU play games? And you know, the answer is, you know, of course it can, but also of course you can run into problems where the CPU cannot keep up. Even if you try to turn up the like resolution and quality settings to take the burden off of the CPU, there is a point of potentially you're just at the wall where it's like the CPU just, it's not going to help you with certain games, right? But I still want to test it, and then I can see how this rig handles. I don't know, I might test SLI on this rig as well, because I have 2 1080 Ti's we can test out. Right, yeah, some motherboard companies have like for Asus, I think, what is it, Sonic, something Sonic, right? And I now that you remind me of that, I need to test that too, because I want to see how it compares to the NVIDIA broadcast noise canceling feature, right? A lot of people rave about the NVIDIA one. And so yeah, I can test that out maybe one day. And then of course you can also like set some of the noise gate stuff yourself, but you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't know if I'm if I want to play with those, because then I fix one thing and I break something else when I start tweaking OBS stuff. how things go with me. Let's see, some screws. Right, cool. So let me go put this back before. Oh god, where was this even from? Oh no! Alright, I'm gonna put it here. I don't know if that's where it was. So unorganized sometimes. Yeah, exactly. It's you never know, because depending on the situation, maybe the motherboard software will be enough for me. Whereas maybe because NVIDIA, it uses your GPU, right? So maybe I'm taxing my GPU too much, and that could be like they're fighting for resources. So maybe if I use the software motherboard one, maybe my CPU can handle that. I don't know. Yay! So we got that sucker in there. Now we got to worry about the freaking power supply. So on this, we're going to be putting a 750 watt 80 plus bronze power supply, which is the one that was taken out of that tall tower there. And then you can see the dog's over there. I don't know if you can see, but the dog is over there just waiting for my son to come back down. Anyway, this is a EVGA power supply. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay, and I think we will put this down, fan down, I think, just because I feel I'm starting to get paranoid about putting fan up, even though with this type of case it would help take some of the heat away from the back of the motherboard here. I don't think it's worth it, because you know things can drop down in there. If liquid cooler busts, now it's not just your motherboard that's borked, but also your power supply. So I don't know. So let's see, what kind of things do we need on this setup? Let me take this thing. Okay, so we're going to need that 24 pin motherboard one. Of course, we're going to need that. That's fine. We're also going to need... Wait, I have a smaller power supply. Do I need a 750 in this build? Yes, I think I do, because I will be attempting to test a couple different GPU setups. So yeah, we'll keep it. That's fine. That's fine. Do we have PCI? How many VGAs? So this is one of those that has what do you call it? Like some modular. So like half modular, and the other half is like non-modular, right? So it's semi-modular, I guess. So it gives me, how many CPU does it give me? One CPU here and 2 VGA graphics, I guess, PCI. And then on the modular side of things, you can do 2 more graphics. So that gives you a total of 4. Not bad. And then you can do another CPU, and then the rest are like SATA and Molex and whatever the hell. Okay. Let me put this down. So, and then also I have to put the Blu-ray drive in this as well, but I'm gonna put the power supply first so I can see how much space do I need to worry about. So it's got this little offset thing here. Yeah, we're mounted in, right? Okay, we're good. Alright, cool. Ooh. And then I'll probably put another fan back here just to blow some air this way over the motherboard. Yeah, and the VRAM too, competing for that. Is the 9900? Hey, what's up, David? How's it going today? Thanks for coming by. 7900 XTX and the Ryzen 7800 X3 enough to play Minecraft? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You might have to turn it down to 720, my dude. There's a deal in Facebook Marketplace for a build with that for 700. I'm worried will get sold to someone else. Wait, 700 for a 7900 XTX and a 7000 X3D? Do not buy that unless they meet you in person in a public place, my dude. Because that sounds... Yeah, no. I'm afraid for you, David. I'm afraid for you, man. Yeah, I know. Can it run it? Yeah. Yeah, it could run. Yeah, I knew you were messing with me, but you never know who's lurking. You know, they might be thinking, "Oh yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, is that a good deal?" Look, if it sounds too good to be true, this is for the lurkers out there. You gotta like meet these people in public places, right next to a police station maybe or something, I don't know. And then make sure that they you know, show it running. Because yeah, you can get cheated real quick on those marketplaces. Alright, so we got, let's see, I gotta split these up. CPU, let's see, the VGA I can run towards the bottom, so let's separate this shit real quick. So that goes there. How's it going today, David? Everything good? Where's the other VGA? That's VGA. What is this? I don't need two on this one. I think it's just one. Yeah, it's just one. Oh, it might make it work. Yeah, I mean, hey, I understand that. Yeah, sometimes the police station is in the worst part of town. I got you, man. I got you. Let's see. Let's put that through, and then these will run downward. Okay. Starting to run out of fuel here mentally. what's going on here? We need this. Okay. Put that like that. Now we can stuff. What the hell is that? What was that? Oh, is that alienation? Because aliens. Okay. Put this stuff this way. Alright, camera is way off. Of course it is. That's how Jones rolls, man. He's just all over the friggin' place. What are we running over here? Cables? Okay. It's just the government police are shit in Zimbabwe. Oh, hey man. Sometimes that be true here too. Sorry to hear that. But I get that as well, man. It's kind of like here, you know, when you get things mailed to you, you're always wondering, you know, is it going to cross the wrong hands? Because if it does, you know there's a good chance you may not get it. Okay, so I got these will mount there. And then if I have enough, I'll use thumb screws for this bracket here. Oh, Cobus is down there in South Africa. Alright, cool, cool. Dude, that's the other reason I like streaming. You get people from everywhere, man. It's super cool. So you got Zimbabwe, you got South Africa. We're starting to link up internationally right now. All right, one. How many do I need? 1, 2, just 4, right? 4 of those. 4 thumb screws. Dude, what the flip? Cool. Ah, bless you. Zoom tight. And more. I think. Okay, what the frig? We're sliding all over the place here. Oh, it didn't answer your question? Oh, it could run it. Yeah, man. Yeah. But since that one isn't real, then I don't know. I don't think it can run it since it's not a real card. So technically no. Technically no. Oh, I keep grabbing these. Oh, the wrong type of thumb screw thread here. Since the system doesn't exist. Or whatever they give you, like theoretically, like if we were really looking at that and we were really considering getting a system off of one of those local Facebook style marketplace things, whatever they give us, sorry about that on the mic, whatever you end up getting will probably not run it. It'll probably be like a rock or a couple rocks in a box. If you're still asking about the Minecraft thing. Though I think my brain is coming to an end of its usefulness today, unfortunately. I'm trying. I don't know why it's doing that right now. Maybe it's just the bright lights here. It's kind of like hypnotizing me. Yeah, that's solid. That's solid right there. Stream delay. It's probably half you, half me, David. Question. Oh, this is the PC. Hey man, when I'm done with this, it's possible that the shipping cost, you know, for example, since you're in Africa, the shipping cost there would probably exceed what this is worth. Oh, I missed that. Yeah. I'm a little slow today. I'm a little slow. This build is going to be just over here for like an extra gaming computer here. For like, you know, like usually I sit here when I game and or stream gaming. So this is my desk. And then back here I can set up, you know, just a couple, kind of like a LAN for, you know, some LAN games or whatever, gaming in general. And then I can put on this one specifically, I'm going to even put a Blu-ray player on this build, because I even have, like for my young son, I could put educational videos and or educational, there's a couple of old CD-ROM games that are like educational. I can throw that in this build. And I'm considering like maybe doing something like Linux on this. Or something that I can kind of like, you know, not have to, you know, worry about like a Windows license that costs, you know, a little bit of money. I don't have to worry about it getting borked when he presses like 9,000 buttons in, you know, in 30 seconds or less. So that's what I'm going to try to do with this. And then when he's not using it, then the rest of the fam, you know, we actually play Minecraft in this house sometimes, so, you know, this, when I'm done with it, should be able to run Minecraft. You know, probably won't be able to push too many shaders on it, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So these will go over here, okay. Alright. And then I also want to test, I was telling Kovas this a little bit earlier, I want to test even like a modern GPU, like I have a 5070, that I could just throw in here to see, you know, what kind of shitty frame rate can you expect when you put a 7700K and a 5070 GPU? Like, what happens, right? Just for my own, even though I know many of you people already know what's going to happen, I just want to see it for myself because I think it would be fun. No spoilers, guys. No spoilers. Oh, they do? No fucking way. What the flip? Okay, David. Yeah, you got some crazy government, man. Let's see the build. I think I'll put it together again. No specs. The SimWill thing. Oh, okay, yeah. Got Discord? Yeah. My Discord stuff is over on my Twitch though. If you need that. I think I used to have it on my Linktree, which I know it gets spammed sometimes. So you can check the Linktree in case it's there, but I don't think it's there anymore. So if it's not, it's definitely on my Twitch about page. So. All right. How do I want to do this bullshit here? I want to go under or over these. I think I'll go under like that. Doesn't seem to tweak the liquid cooler lines as much. Let's see. What the? There we go. Dude, that was kind of brutal to plug in. Alright, then we got this one or this one. Let's see if we have any discrepancy on the quality of these plugs here. Alright, I'll probably have to zip tie this out of the way. Yo, David made it over to Twitch. Nice. David coming from my YouTube. Where the Discord? It's on the I don't know. It's hard. Twitch keeps changing the profile pages, but somewhere if you get into the about section, there's a bunch of stuff in there. One of them is Discord. Yeah, let me see. To use it, oh, fuck. And I hate how Twitch has been changing a lot of the layout, so it's a little funky. Where's my profile? My channel. So it just depends on how you go there, but like from let me do it over here. From the profile page, you can kind of see there's different stuff. There'll be an about page. And it's kind of blurry. Come on, camera. Okay, I don't know why my camera does not want to. Well, anyway. And then it'd be like a thing like that. If you're on the right page, you'll see like that. How many fans? Oh, okay, Cobus. So, all right. So depending on like motherboard or something like that, you can technically get up to, you know, the radiator notwithstanding, right? You can get two 140s here, right? And you can mount them on this side or this side. And obviously if you have a rad, depending on the size of the motherboard that you have, you can get push-pull 140. So that would technically give you 4 fans here if you wanted to do that. And then you get one 120 spot on the back here. And then on the back bottom chamber, so it's like kind of like a 2-chamber case. So your power supply and your hard drives or SSDs, your 2.5s, your 3.5s, and then if you want, you know, disk drives or whatever, all that stuff is on the bottom chamber. And you can put a couple of like 80mm fans down here for the for this area that is mostly like for, you know, like your SSD and hard drives and things like that. And then the side panels don't really have, so the way the side panels are, they don't really have any like mounting for fans. And then I put these because sometimes I'll stand it up on the side. But what I've done in the past is if I've bolted fans here, right, with a little bit of an angled spacer, right, and so you can get a little bit of fan on the side, but it's not designed for that, so kind of sucks. And then if you flip your power supply over, technically that gives you another fan. So just total number of fans, the max that you could put in here that it's designed for is 4 here with a radiator for push-pull, another one here 5, and then 2 at the back here, so that's 7. And then your power supply is technically 8 with its own fan, so then you flip that around. Oh, it looks like David made it over to the Discord. Yo, what's up, man? Post it in chat. Layout. Oh yeah, PC layout was different anyway. Oh, your PC parts? Yeah, I used to have like a section for like computer parts and builds. But I think you could put it there or general, you know? Yeah, case is pretty cool, you know. It's designed to be kind of like this. So where's the front panel? So here's the front panel. Let me get this over here. So this is the front panel, and it gives a little bit of space here so that you don't have to put the fans on the inside. I just did that. Technically, these fans will fit here. So like if you want to push through the case, the airflow, you can take these fans and mount them like that with the long screws, and it will hold your radiator, and then push the air through. And then obviously you could have both sets. You can have fans here and here. So the way I have it set is I'm going to push the air that way. I don't know. That's just how I set it up for now. And then maybe I'll put one back here. So we'll see. Yeah, I do have a PC Parts Builds Computers. But again, you know, it's pretty amateur, my setup for the whatever the heck you call it, the Discord. So like, you'll have to tell me, like, because you know how you have to add roles. You'll have to tell me, like, what do you see as far as like different channels, and that way I don't know, I might have to do something to unlock it. Okay. You don't see the PC part ones? Hmm. Alright, I gotta figure out how do you... how do I do this? Hey Kobus, did you make it over to the Discord? Let me see. I'm gonna try to give a role to you, David. Just give me a second. So, what is it? Awesomer, peepers, and duders. Let's see if that's the right one. I don't even friggin' know. This is... where the hell is it? I don't know if this is the correct role, but let's see. Alright, so see if you can see the channels now. Okay. Yeah, just whenever you get back, just test it again, see if that worked. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem, Kobus. Just remember, you're welcome over there too if you want to use that, you know, since the link sometimes. So next time you're messing around with your PC, you can check it out if you want. And that way, it might be a place to, you know, drop the links if YouTube doesn't, you know, open up for me. I don't know why it wouldn't work. That doesn't make any sense to me. If you like turn all that stuff on, it should just work, right? Alright, so now I gotta try and see how, if this is going to squeeze in there with the wait, what in the world? What am I picking up? Oh, that's the HDMI cable. Alright, so we got this stuff. Now, I'm gonna go to the bottom or the top. I think we'll put it on the bottom there. Is this correct? Yeah, that should be fine. Blu-ray player right there. Have a SATA cable come up there. And we can plug one of these SATA power cables to it. That's there. And I'll have this stuff. Cool, man. Alright, let's see here. Oh, this one has two different. Got a USB 3.76 and a USB 3.56. You know what? We'll use this one down here. Heck yeah. This motherboard has two USB 3 ports. That's crazy. Darn it. Okay, so then this, plug all those in there. What's this one? This is the HD audio situation. You know what? I'll just plug it in. I don't see myself using it, but whatever. Plug it in there. Put the ketchup and mustard away. Okay. And then this, I don't need a temperature sensor. This probably cannot even reach any of the fan headers. There's one way over here. So I'll probably have to wire this little 80mm fan. Probably gonna have to wire it with an adapter to, I mean, I could put it there maybe. If I can't reach it, then I'm gonna have to put it onto the power supply. What in the freaking world, dude? Like, I could reach, but my gosh, it's really torquing that. Oh wow, that's, maybe I should move this fan over, or not use it. I don't even know if I need it really down here. So you know what? Let's just take it out. I'm pretty sure there's other places I will use it more. I'm not gonna put a bunch of hard drives in this. So that's what those two fans down there would help with, is if I was got a bunch of fans. You miss using the CD drive? Yeah. So there's the little baby fan. Pretty cool. Yeah, I actually have some like PC games, like CD-ROM games, DVD-ROM games. I don't know if I have any. I don't know if there was ever any Blu-ray PC games. But like I have like the old X-Files PC game. I have that on CD-ROM, you know? Or is that one DVD-ROM? But that's like I feel like that's a 1997-ish game. So every now and then I break that sucker out. I have 2 copies. One I keep nice and I don't open. And I have another that they're all open. And sometimes I play it from the drive. Other times I've ripped it so that you could play it from a hard drive. Just because of sometimes DOS and all that stuff doesn't play nice. I got Diablo 1 on CD. I got tons of like old games that I don't even remember. Half-Life 1, I have it on CD. Blue Shift, you know, a bunch of those things. So I was always into this for those reasons. And then every now and then, you know, maybe I'd use it to burn a CD or something like that, you know, like MP3s or whatever. But usually just for the PC games. Okay, let's get these out of the way. So now I don't have to worry about these. I think it's mostly almost done. We'll see. So with the 5070, you see it will not fit. So I'll end up using like a Razer cable when I test this out. Which I have like a 4.0 Razer cable. That's a good one. So for a longer GPU, I guess that's a good heads up for anybody thinking about looking for this, maybe on eBay or something like that. This case, you're limited to putting your fans on the other side of your rad. So you'd want to put it on this side of the case, the front, right? And then this would fit if you did that, right? This would just like fucking slot right in. So that's that. Let's see what the and for testing I might even like, so a 1080 Ti. So your 1080 Ti's, your 980s, your 780s, these will fit fine with fans on this side. And if you're not using a liquid cooler, if you're using just an air cooler, then obviously you would only have the fans there. So the 5070 would fit fine in that case. But if you're using air cooling for the CPU and stuff, and you put fans on the outside and you don't have a rad here, it gives you even more space for a little bit even longer GPU. Was that the one X-Files 7 CD and box? Yep, that one. Oh, oh yeah, so you were into the CD-ROM games too. Nice. Yeah, I wish I had some. I don't have all of my stuff though, like the OG Doom. I don't have that one. I don't know what happened to it. I have Hexen somewhere. But I don't remember if I have like one or two. I used to have like both, 1 and 2 back in the day. Half-Life I still have. I've lost a few of those actually. Okay. Yeah, I am definitely running out of juice. What the hell am I supposed to do next? Oh, I was debating whether or not I was going to like flip this around. I might actually. Because I kind of want to test things. And if I do that, then I'll just, I'll just run heat this way. You know what? I think that's what I want to do. Yep. I think that is exactly what I want to do. Which means I can put these back with the Arctic cooler stuff. I don't have to remember where I used them at. If I can get to all of these fan bolts or screws or whatever the hell. We'll just leave it bolted like half, and that way we can move it. All right, let me double check that 5070.